Hi there. This is my video for the newborn skills. I like to make sure that I've washed my hands and have all of my equipment available next to the baby, that the baby is in a warm, comfortable location, that the room is warm. Um, and I like to have at least two pairs of gloves. I start by talking to baby, and I like to start with a general observation of the baby's skin, see if I note any bruising or rashes or any abnormalities physically. And then I begin with the head. If you guys can see this. Go. So start with the head, checking for any swelling, caput molding, see if I can feel the fontanelles, and this baby's head is pretty small, so it doesn't look like there's any caput or hematomas. I then move down to the ears, making sure that they are have a nice bounce back and they are patent on both sides. And then look at the ears, and I grab my light pen, and then I look to make sure that they are reactive and responsive, and that there is a red light. I think it is called the red light. One second. The red reflex, sorry. That there's this red reflex glare. I also like to check the whites of the eyes to see if there's any jaundice or any bursted capillaries, and then check the nose to see if there's any milia or any abnormalities with it, to make sure that it is aligned. I like to keep my finger just underneath it to see if I can feel the baby breathe. At this point, I like to do the sucking reflex. I have him or her suckle on my finger. While the baby is sucking, I check to see any gag reflex, the strength of the suckle, make sure that the palate feels closed, and making sure that there's no cleft lip. And then thank you. And then if I am able to, I remove this glove and change it to a new one. And then I go down to the clavicles, make sure that those feel nice and firm there. I check the arms. I do a little grasp reflex. I do a little neck reflex. I check the nipples to make sure that they're equal. There's no abnormalities. I check the abdomen. Check the abdomen for any tenderness or masses. I check the umbilical cord for the the two arteries in a vein. And then I go down, I check the baby's legs. I check the plantar Babinski's. I check the hips. Good job, little one. And with the baby's permission, as well as the parent's permission, I check the genitalia. I'm going to check your genitalia to make sure that everything looks fine. Your parents are here and you're safe. And for a girl, we're checking to see if the labia majora is covering the labia minora. For a boy, we're checking to see if the testes have descended. And we do that by gently pressing on each side of the testicle sac to try to feel a small pea-size little ball. Once that is done, I will turn the baby around, check the back, make sure that the spine feels well, that it's straight. And then at the dimpling, there is no tufts or openness. And then we also check the anus to make sure that it's patent. I also like to check the legs to make sure that the creases are equal. I turn the baby around. This whole time, I'm also examining the skin for any rashes, bruising, birthmarks, or to see if the baby has jaundice. Um, um, what else? So then I like to listen to the baby's heart, but actually let's gonna go ahead and get a temperature. Check the temperature. I'll wait for that to go off. It is 98.6. The normal range is 97 to 90. The normal range is 97 to 98.6. And then listen to baby. I like to listen for a whole minute if possible. We listen for the heart rate. The heart rate should be between 120 and 160. And then we listen for respirations. And that should be between 40 and 60. Perfect. And then we also listen to the stomach to make sure that we can hear digestive sounds. And we listen to the back so we can listen to the lungs. They should be nice and clear. Perfect. We also check for oxygenation. Put this around the little leg. And we get it 100%. Perfect. You're just like the perfect baby. We check the neck. There's no masses. We check the hips. Check the hands. We make sure that the fingers all look nice and the toes all look nice. That the legs, the feet look fine. That they're not curved. What else? We did most of the reflex. One of the reflex that most parents like to watch is the stepping reflex. That's always fun. We do the tonic. The fencer reflex. The tickle reflex, where you tickle the baby and the baby responds to that. And then if you touch the baby's face, the baby should have like a reaction to the touch and move their head to that reaction. And I believe the last thing we have to do is just measure baby, but let me double check. Yeah, we should check the head. The hair looks fine. No bruising anywhere in the body, no birthmarks. Very good. All right, now the moment of truth. How big is this baby? All right, little one. So we measure at the largest circumference, and we're looking at 12 and a half. And for the head, 12 and a half, and then we measure the belly. And we measure just above the umbilical cord, or umbilicus. And that is, we're looking at the doll and the measurements that it's supposed to be are not the same. So the doll is measuring 34. The normal range is 31 to 31 centimeters. And I realized that I did inches for the head and not centimeters, so we can go back and do centimeters. But it's probably going to be off because this baby is slightly different shape and size. Actually, it's not. It's 30. And the normal range is 30 to 33. And then we measure the length. And the length is, babies can get a little bit wiggly, so I tried to keep the leg as straight as possible. 17 inches, or 43 centimeters, and the normal length is 18 to 22 inches. So this baby is on the smaller side. And the last thing we do is take baby's weight. And get our little makeshift scale here. And this baby is weighing 7 pounds. Good job, little one. All right. And then I like to put on a diaper for the baby. I ask the parents if they would like to use olive oil or coconut oil, as meconium can be very sticky and it helps with the cleanup. And then I remind the parents to make sure that the front of the diaper is folded down to allow for healing and drying of the umbilical cord, followed by postpartum discharge instructions or postpartum care instructions. And that's that. Thank you.